My name's Dylan. I will be talking about my feelings about HB2 and how it's affected the life of my family and myself. My brother is trans. He's female to male trans, meaning that in day-to-day life, a lot of times he would ignore it, but it was a very prevalent thing during the time. A lot of times he would have to worry about going places and worried about that maybe someone would say something, but the issue with HB2 was that people who transition, most of the time they don't look like their assigned gender at birth. And people who transition, if they go into their assigned gender at birth bathroom, it would be even weirder if they went into the one that they identify with. And so my brother, he also just had to be extremely cautious because of the questions that someone might ask or how people might see him even in the bathroom. And most of the time he would just stick up for it and go in anyways, because depending on where you are, people may or may not say something. But it was a worry for my family too. My mom and my dad were worried about, what if something happens to him? What if someone says something to him or does something to him? So it was very concerning for all of us, especially because we had no control over what might happen, and neither did he. My brother was mad about HB2. He really resented Pat McCrory and the people who were responsible for HB2, and to him it was just simply a constitutional rights issue because everybody should be able to go pee, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like he was always very angry about it, and he would always keep up with the news about it. He would always update us. We have a family group chat, and a lot of times he would talk to us about it if he was angry about something or if he saw something. But luckily he stayed with people and communicated with people who supported him. So that was a good thing, but it was always an issue for him because even if he ignored it, it's still legislation and it's still there. And of course, we definitely heard stories of people saying things or doing things to trans people. So it was always in the front of our minds.
Do you think our state and local politicians are the reason this policy was enacted?
100%. The people that you vote into office are the people who make this legislation and are the people who essentially influence your life, especially at a state and a local level. A lot of those things can be very personal to you and can actually directly affect your life. And a lot of people think, this won't affect me, or I don't care about politics because it's not going to affect me. But there comes a time when it does affect you, and there comes a time when it might affect a family member or a friend, and just because you're not in that specific group doesn't mean that you can ignore the issues. I would just like to say to everybody who is thinking that they shouldn't vote or thinking that it's unimportant, it is. It is really important to make sure you have a voice and that nobody infringes on your rights and that you elect the people who you want to be in office. And doing just a simple little bit of research can make a world of a difference. And I think that everybody should vote in the state, local, and national level so that you never feel that you're not encompassed in politics or social issues.
Voting directly correlates to the policies that are implemented in our communities, and these policies impact the lives of those around us more than we even realize. All too often, we see policies being enacted to subtly attack minority groups. Sometimes not even so subtle, like you guys just saw with Dylan's story. We need to start protecting our minority groups. They are citizens of our country just like everyone else. Utilize the power that your voice holds by getting out to the polls and voting. Vote at the state, local, and national level. No election is too small. Vote for politicians who will enact policies that reflect the core values of our country: freedom, liberty, human rights. You may think, oh, I'm just one person, my vote doesn't matter, but you're wrong. Every vote counts. So get out to the polls and vote. Utilize the power of your vote and your voice.